Hello and welcome to the Programming Exam Solution tutorial for the AQA 2017 Predator Prey. Wanted to go over the top 10 questions that are likely to come up. So, tomorrow's the exam. Hopefully you're revising hard. Hopefully my little subscription notification will pop up so you can have a little focus. If you don't know your validation, you need to. Hasn't been an AQA exam yet that hasn't started with a validation question. Anything from that custom simulation, just in the main where it says custom settings, any of these bad boys you should be able to presence check, type check, range check. Obviously percentage, number of foxes, and number of foxes of course could be based on landscape size. That would be the one of the more obvious ones. New type of class. Straight after this video I'll be posting up my new class tutorial. Sorry it's been a bit delayed, but better late than never. Could be a different kind of fox. If you've done the monster code, you know about the sleepy enemy, so there could be a fat fox or something. But I suspect it'll be a totally new type of animal. Could be a new warren. Been playing around with that and I can't see it, but maybe it could be a new warren. I'll briefly mention about that. Stats. AQA love a good stat, and if you've looked at the AS paper from this year, the flower simulator, you know that had some nice stats in there. It also had some elements of movement in there, so that's something we'll need to think about as well. But I'd have thought so. End of simulation stats, as per my video, everything from average age of fox to total number of rabbits eaten. In simulation stats, so if you know what's happening at the moment, so after a particular time period, certain things are displayed about the current state of the simulation. I think that find biggest warren or smallest warren, or find the nearest warren to a fox. I like the find nearest warren to a fox. That's got a certain nice set steps to it. It's very examinable. It's very it'd be very easy for an examiner to mark whether you've got it right or wrong, and there was a good sort of graduation to it. So in terms of examining, that feels like it's a good bet. Make sure that you can, particularly that nearest, just got a bit of a gut about that. Could be completely wrong, but I would say definitely make sure that you can use the function that finds the distance between, and that you can iterate through, and you could find how far away two particular things are. So that, I guess that would be an alternative, that you select two coordinates, one fox and another fox, or one fox and a warren, and it returns the distance as a specific sort of value being output to the console. Something like that. Move fox. I like move fox. There's a lot to it. If you've looked at the EAD, then you'll see that the last two questions are both 12 marks. So there isn't like a big evil 20 marker, which I guess makes move fox slightly less likely, unless they did a smaller part of move fox to what I suggested. We'll see. But I think it'd be tight to get a moving fox scenario in 12 marks, including the testing. But you never know. Everyone seems to be obsessed with different ways of killing rabbits or foxes, so I've put it up there. If you look on Wikibooks, you'll see there's dozens of ways of doing this, disease and stuff, but it's basically just copying and pasting something that's already there. If you've watched my Magic Rabbits video, it's become an obsession. It just really annoys me that these rabbits magically appear from nowhere. Again, it's a smidge tight to fit into 12 marks, but that's just about doable. That would be quite a tight 12 marker. Not particularly hard as well, and if you do look at that, you will really sort of you will understand how the warren works. Finally, engendering a fox. again, at the moment, foxes magically spawn. The code is there within the program for rabbits to have gender. So why can't foxes have gender? And you could have it that foxes mate within a certain range of each other or something like that. I'm not a huge fan of that, but it seems like it's something that some other people think is going to be there. Generally speaking, foxes have a bit of a hard time of it. So the other things that I would think would be more section C rather than this top 10 would be sort of describing a way in which you could give foxes a bigger range in which to hunt. So let's say, by the way, if you don't understand how foxes hunt rabbits, you need to look at that. You need to really understand. Let me just get to this little block of code here. This has been really specifically written. Don't know why. Might be a complete red herring, but I could so see a little section C question that sort of says, oh, the simulation needs to be changed so that if foxes are within 10 of a warren, then they get to eat 5%. If they're within 7, then they get to eat 10%. If they're within 3.5, they get to eat 20%. If they're next to a warren, either the distance is 1, then they get to eat 50%. I don't know, something like that. You could get to code it, but it's such a small thing that I don't think it'll be coding. I think it'll be a question where you have to explain how you would change the code. So have a little think about that. Make sure you know what you're doing. So there we have it. Top 10 other things to make sure you know how to do are sort of make changes to inspect, just the donkey ones. Make sure you're really comfortable about changing the menu items. None of my stuff really has extra menu items, but all of this simulations and the return the biggest and smallest would have a menu item change included with it probably. So make sure you're nice and slick with that so you're not wasting your time. All the best if you're sitting the exam tomorrow, and try and enjoy it. It's a long exam, so make sure you sleep well. Don't stay up too late tonight. Make sure you have a good breakfast, and I really hope every single one of you is able to do their best in the exam. All the best.